All right, my friends, today's Revit tip comes to you because I have had several of my clients contact me and say, what is wrong with this family? I downloaded it off the internet and blah, blah, blah. And as soon as they say those words, bang, red flags start going off. Now, I'm not saying that you should not download families off the internet, because there are some companies that are making great content and they work seamlessly in your Revit projects, but there are other companies that are not. There are some companies that are just taking old CAD geometry and putting it into a RFA, which is a Revit family, and they're calling it Revit content for download. And it's just junk, and it causes issues and things don't work. And so I'm going to show you a good example. I'm going to show you a bad example today. And then I'm also going to show you how to fix the bad example. Okay. The best way, in my humble opinion, is if you cannot find something that is true Revit geometry and that has parameters that are simplified parameters that does exactly what you want, and not 400 other parameters that do all kinds of extraneous things that you don't really need, then you might have found a good family. And if that family that is really simple and uses true Revit geometry and works, if that's not available, let me just say it, you need to make your own family. Just build your own family. If you download something that is junk, you're going to deal with it for a long time, for the whole project. So consider what you're doing before you just download some and start using it in your project. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you a good example of a product that's downloaded and a bad example, and then how to fix the bad one. Okay, so here we go. Let me share my screen with you. La 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 la. Oh, hi. Ha. Okay, here we are. We're in Revit. And let's just go to my floor plan and let's just go here. Okay, in this bathroom, I don't have any toilet paper dispensers. And this is exactly the family that one of my clients asked me to check out for him. And so he said, hey, this is the family. He sent it to me and I went, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to go to the internet here. I'm going to go to BoBrick. Okay. Watch out for ads. La, la, la. Come to bobrick.com. Restroom accessories. Okay. Now, this company, BoBrick's been around a long time. They make all kinds of stuff. And so I'm going to try to find, here's washroom accessories. I'm trying to find a toilet bowl. Toilet paper roll. The restroom accessories, toilet compartment accessories. Yep, look, toilet tissue dispensers. Okay, aha, here we go. Do you see this guy right here on screen? B6697. Lots of people spec that if they need a single dispenser. And there's a double right here. Let me get my face out of the way. There's a double. Okay, I'm not saying that you should spec BoBrick. I'm not getting paid by them. I'm just telling you they make good Revit content for your projects, okay? So I'm going to click on this toilet tissue dispenser, and it brings me in here, and I'm reading all about it, stainless steel, blah, 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 okay? And if I scroll down and get my face out of the way, okay, look at this. Down a little bit further is under the downloads section for resources, BIM object is something you can download. So I'm going to get BIM object and it downloaded. Okay. So what we're going to do is go open that file. I'm going to go look at it. All right. So let's go back to Revit. Back to Revit. Okay. File. Open. Okay. I'm just going to open a little family and we're going to look at it. And I'm going to go get it. I think it's in my downloads. Where's my computer? My computer downloads. There it is. That is what we're going to open and look at. It's converting from a 2010 file. Woo, buddy! That's a long time ago. And yet the family is still fantastic. Take a look at this family, okay? This is an extrusion, and there's a revolve right in there. And there's another extrusion, and they got a sweep coming around the edge here. They've done a fantastic job of building this little family. Look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Because there's not junk in there. It's real, true geometry from Revit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on load into project and close. So it loads it into my project. And now I want to use it. Now here's where the guy was having a little bit of trouble, okay? He clicked on, after he loaded it, he clicked on insert, or not insert, architecture. You can click on component. And the last thing you just loaded is ready to be used. See, it's right there, topped off. And so here it is. And now it's showing me a top view of this component, which is legit, because that's how they made it. And I can hit my space bar and rotate it. You guys see that? I can rotate it around, okay? And then if you bring it over to here, if you bring it up on the wall, it's like, oh no, it won't go inside a wall. But you can't put it out on the floor. But I guess you could put it on the rim of a toilet, or it won't go up here on top of the sink. What's going on? Well, it doesn't belong up there. What it's doing, it's orienting to the face of the floor, okay? This family has been designed to orient to the floor. And then you tell it how high off the floor to be, okay? But I understand, if you have a certain work plane, up here, place on face, that is basically placing it sitting on the floor and it's looking for the floor to place itself on. You can't click and place it up on the wall. Look, it starts getting an error if you get up on the wall. So what you do is you just keep it hovering over the floor and bring it over to the edge of the wall, and it'll highlight the edge of the wall and you can click, okay? Now, if I bring my, I'm going to bring my, section over here, and we're going to look at that family. And sure enough, there it is sitting on the floor. Perfectly good family. And when I click on it, I'm going to move my face over here. When I click on that little family, it says it's 0 inches off the floor. And I can say, okay, 2 feet up. So there it is, sitting there on the wall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a 3D view, cut open. And so this is my building cut wide open. It's just using a section box that's turned, the section box is turned off. I'm going to come around here to this bathroom and look at that. There is our toilet paper dispenser beautifully sitting on the wall. Works like a champ. This is a great family. It has been designed well, even though it was built in 2010. They made it out of true geometry from Revit. If you can get true geometry, you should always open your families, look them over and see what you're dealing with before you bring them into your project. Don't just grab them and jam them in. Open them up and look at them. That is an important part of using families off the internet, okay? I approve this family big time because it works and it's a good family, okay? And I'm sure that the other Bobrick families are built similarly. I can't vouch for them all because I haven't checked them all, but I'm just saying, okay? Now let's go look at a bad example. This happened today. One of my clients contacted me and said, I got a family that is not working. It is a hood. It's a range hood that's not working properly. And when I looked into it, I found out that the range hood is a Wolf range hood, which is a great company. I don't endorse them and they're not paying me, but I'm just saying they make really good hoods for kitchens and stuff. And so let's see if they make really good families for you to download and use in your kitchen. Let's go do that. So let's go Wolf kitchen, how do you spell kitchen? Hood. Okay. and scroll down. Watch out for ads, lots of ads, but just come down here. I'm going to Sub-Zero-Wolf, Wolf Appliance, ventilation, okay? When I click on their website, they've got a great website for venting. Look at this big vent right here in this picture. If you've got an open kitchen, you can put a Wolf vent right there, bam. But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for this lady that was asking me to help. She had problems with a surface ceiling mounted, and she's going to mount it up to a little ceiling or to a surface up under here, under a generic object. But it wouldn't go. So let's just go down here and see what we've got. Here are island hoods, and that's what it was. It wasn't a wall hood, it was an island hood. So I'm going to click on island hoods. And we're going to go, beautiful, fantastic company, fantastic website. But, whoops, was it an island hood? Let me go back. There it is. Ceiling mounted type hoods. That's in fact, that one right there is the one she was using. Let's click on ceiling hoods and wait for it. There we go. Okay, they've got 4 of them. This is the one they're using right here. Look at this. 36-inch ceiling mounted hood, stainless steel. Okay, I'm going to click on it. There it is. Look at that in place. Beautiful stainless steel hood for mounting onto a ceiling that is like a suspended ceiling right above your kitchen area. Sounds legit. Let's see if they have a Revit family we can download. So I scroll down here and I see all kinds of stuff and I go, ooh, look, CAD library. BIM is not CAD, but I think that's where they would probably put it. So I'm going to click on CAD library and then I'm going to move my face. Okay, look what they've got. They took the time to make a 3D Studio Max file, a 2D and a 3D CAD file, AutoCAD DXF. Man, we're loaded. ArchiCAD, if you guys use that. 3D Studio Max, we've got a Max file instead of a 3DS file. Man, they're doing lots of cool stuff. And then I get down here. There's SketchUp also and a Wavefront 3D. But look at this. What? A Revit file. I think I'll click on it. Bam. I click on it and I get a file that's called VC, which is the name of this, the vent for the ceiling, 36S, which is 36-inch long, stainless steel, _RFA. All right, so I'm going to go show that in the folder and wait for my folder to come up. Okay, what am I doing here? Put that away. Okay, here's my folder. Now look at that file. The file's coming in as an _RFA, and it's not showing as a true Revit file. You see that? So what I'm going to have to do is rename this thing .RFA to get it to turn into a Revit file. So first of all, they're naming the file wrong, so you can't even use it. Just saying. Okay, but now I've got it. Revit recognizes it now that I got rid of the underscore and I put a dot. So now the file looks like it's ready to go. Good deal. So let's go back to Revit. Okay. And I'm going to come back to my plan view. Okay. And let's say this conference room. Let's get rid. I'm going to go into the reflected ceiling plan and I'm going to pretend this conference room is my kitchen. Okay. We're just going to pretend. Okay. And I'm going to put this Revit hood right on the ceiling the ceiling hood in this Revit conference room. Here we go. So I'm going to come up here to insert and I'm going to, where is it? Load a family. And I'm going to go to my computer and my downloads. And there it is. VC36S. Got a good picture of it, looking really good. Maybe I should open it. Open. It's converting from 2015 and 2015. So listen, I should open it first, right? Before I load it. Ooh, that was bad. I should not have loaded it into my project. Oh, see, I'm already messing up. So I'm going to scroll down here to my families and expand it. I got to hit undo. Undo. Get this thing out of my project. I don't want it in my project, because remember how I told you guys, you got to open them first. Look at this. File, open, a family, going to my computer, my downloads folder. There it is. Open it first outside your project. Look at it. See what's going on with it. Maybe it's broken. Maybe it's really good. Let's take a look at it. La-di-dee-da-dum. Okay, there she is. Opens up, and I'm going to orbit around. And it looks like, all right, let me just show you guys something. I am going to show you. They have modeled every single rivet, every single screw, every single bolt, they have modeled everything. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong, because you might need that stuff. But let me go to wireframe and show you something. They have modeled this thing extreme high detail. And I am not going to say that's wrong, but I am going to say, well, I'm going to say that that's kind of overdone. You just need where the connections are for the electrical possibly, and where the vent connects on it. You just need to highlight those locations. Revit has a way of telling you where those locations are. And you need the basic geometry to give the representation of what this family is in your project. You don't need every single screw and bolt in the entire project. Look at this thing. Are you kidding me? Okay. But here's the main thing that I am going to say I don't like. There's no geometry here that is Revit. Every single piece of it is an imported piece of CAD geometry. It is 3D CAD, and there are many, many pieces and parts all imported as separate families, okay? I'm just saying. So now that I've checked it out, I'm like, I don't know if I want this, but I'm going to show you how to use it if you absolutely had to. In my humble opinion, I would recreate this thing with true Revit geometry and delete out the pieces that are the imported CAD. That's how I would do it. I'm not kidding. But because I want to show you how to use something that you did download in your project, I'm going to go with the least amount of work on your part. I'm going to show you. Against my better judgment, I'm going to show you how to use this geometry as is. Okay. So please forgive me for showing you bad practice, because I would, in my humble opinion, you should rebuild this thing with basic geometry, simple basic geometry, Revit geometry, and get rid of the CAD. Bam. That's what I would do. But let's use this thing. Okay. I'm going to load it into my project. Do you want to save it? I haven't done anything to it, but yeah, sure, save it. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to load it into my project, and I'm going to try to use it on the ceiling. Okay. Wait for it. First of all, it's huge. It's a big family. So here we are. I am planning on placing this on my ceiling. And it seems invisible right now. I can't see it. That's unfortunate. I can see that it's coming in over here, and it is not attaching itself to my ceiling automatically, but I'm going to place it right here. And I get a warning that I can't see anything that I have placed. I guess, let me go to the plan view. Hey, it landed on the floor. So here she is on the floor, sideways, mounted on the floor, just and so what can I do? Hit my space bar and I can rotate it. That's really nice and all, but I want to show you guys something. I'm going to click on this, and this is the problem that the client was having. My client said, I can't rotate it into position. So I'm going to open up the section. There it is, sitting on the floor. And it needs to be mounted up on the ceiling up there. So could I lift it up and move it up onto the ceiling? Sure. Okay, let's just get it up here close. We're getting close. Okay, but now you can see it in the reflected ceiling plan. Oh, yay. But it's still sideways. And I go to my plan view, not my plan, let's go to my section. I'm like, okay, I need to rotate this thing. And if I click on it and go to rotate it, take a look. Rotate 90 degrees. Error. The error comes up and says, can't rotate it. I'm going to have to delete it. Well, I say cancel. No. And the truth is, there's no way to rotate that thing because it's built into it never to rotate. Let me show you. If you click on that thing, this is what you're going to deal with, people. I'm going to click on that and say edit family. When you get back in the family, I want you to notice something. Over here in the properties, it says always vertical. So it is always going to be stuck in this orientation. You cannot rotate it ever to get it onto the ceiling. And I have found that even though if I uncheck always vertical, this thing still won't allow me to rotate because things were built in this plane. And if you can't rotate it out of plane. I don't want to waste your time and load this thing back into the project and prove to you can't rotate it, even though I uncheck the box. Yeah, what? Somebody said, prove it. Okay, load into the project. Do you want to save the changes? Yes, I unchecked the box that said always vertical. So it should work, right? It should work. So now it is overwrite the existing one there. Look at that. I overwrote it. This should be able to rotate now. Okay, good deal. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is wait for it. There, I'm going to click on it. And now I'm going to hit rotate. Yeah, and I'm going to go 90 degrees. Same problem, okay? Can't rotate it. So just unchecking that box. The reason it's not working is because inherently these things were placed on a plane and the plane cannot be rotated. It's not the problem with the objects, it's a problem with the plane. So these things are broken. This family's broken, but you want to use it anyway, right? So let me help, and I'm going to show you how to deal with it. We're going to go back to edit the family. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to say file close. I'm going to close that family. Do I want to save? No, I'm done working with that family. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say file new, okay? New family. Work with me here. I'm going to get a new family and I'm going to import the broken one into the new one, and it's going to work. That's your trick, people. So I'm going to come down here to, let's just say a face-based family so that I can stick this thing and it'll go right onto the ceiling. I like that. Face-based. So I'm going to say, open a face-based template. There is nothing in it except the face that I'm going to be sticking this to. I'm going to say insert, and I'm going to not import CAD. I am going to load a family. I'm going to load that VC36S. I'm just going to load it in. Okay. Now it's loaded in. If you go to your families, you can see right here, electrical equipment, expand that. There it is. It's loaded in. Now, here's the trick that you might need to know. Look at this. If I right click on this little VC36S and I say, create an instance, it's going to create one in the same orientation that the original was. I'm not kidding. And if I come to like my left side view, you're going to see it's oriented the same as the one in my project. And I can't even rotate it now. Look, rotate this thing 90 degrees. It is disallowing me from rotating. So are we stuck in the same problem? No, 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 no. Watch this. I'm going to click this thing and I'm going to delete it because I want to show you guys. I'm going to go to 3D, show you. If I try to create an instance, look what it's doing. It's orienting it this way because it's trying to come in on the plane. Okay, it's oriented to the plane of the surface of this box. So watch what I'm going to do. I am going to go to the Create tab, and I'm going to click on Set my work plane to like front back. Okay. So, and show it. Okay, I've got it. My work plane is already reoriented now. Can you guys see that? It's not oriented to the surface. So I can now say, I would like to create an instance of that guy, and I want to place it, wait for it. I want to place that guy on that work plane. Not, no, I don't want it to do that. Come on. Oh yeah, forgot to do something. Whoops. Okay, we're gonna quickly go back to, remember I closed that guy, file, open. I remember what I did now. Look, I'm gonna say open that that family. Cancel. Hold on. I'm gonna open that family. Where's my computer? Where's my downloads? I am gonna open that family. I'm gonna open it. I forgot to do one thing. Do you remember how it was always vertical? Here's what you want to do. You want to change it to work plane based. Change it to work plane based and then save it. So look at this, save. Okay. Now, when you go to load it, wait for it, save it. Oh, it's saved. Okay. And now I can close it. Oh, I'm going to load it into my little family that I'm working on and override it. Okay, so now I'm overwriting this one that's in here with this new one that is work plane based. So now, I know I was messing with you. Look at this. Now, when I go to place it, select instance, create an instance, this dialog box pops up, and it's not going to place on face stick orients it the wrong direction. But I can say place on work plane. And now I can orient it to the work plane. Do you see what's going on here? And now that I can orient it to the work plane, I'm going to orient it this direction. It's horizontal now. Bing! And it allowed me to rotate it because I oriented it to the work plane. So now if I come to the left side, you guys will see that it is here and I can rotate it around. I'm going to hit the space bar. Okay, I rotated it so that this is going to go down, move. Look at this. I'm going to put it down, move from, cancel, move. I'm trying to go MV, move. Okay, from that endpoint, I want it to be flush with the surface of this. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my top view, and I kind of want it to be over in the center. I want it to be basically centered. I'm going to find a midpoint here and run it over to there. Okay, so look at that. Basically centered, and in the left side view, it is embedded into the solid object all the way down. You guys see that? Okay, now I'm going to save it. I'm going to save this as, watch this, VC, the VC, how do you spell VC? VC36S fixed. Okay. Save. Now, I am going to load that into my project and close it. And I'm going to place it on the ceiling. And you're going to see it work. Wait for it. Load it into project. It's slow because it is a gigantic family with a ton of AutoCAD geometry. All right, so here we go. I have loaded into my project. Okay. I'm telling you, things take time when you're using crappy projects. I mean, crappy files that you've downloaded from other engineers. I mean, other people's websites. I'm telling you. So here we go. I'm going to say architecture component. And which one is on my cursor? Dun, 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 dun. Wait for it. Come on. There it is. Fixed. That's the one I want. And look at this. Do I want to place it on a vertical face? No, I want to place it on a face. So I'm going to change that to place on a face. Here we go. Wait for it. I'm just going to place it right here on this ceiling. Bam. Okay. So I just placed it on that ceiling. It's going to adhere to the ceiling, so it's permanently attached to it. Wait for it. I'm telling you. Building, there it is. Look at that guy. Beautifully oriented. It's on the ceiling, and I go to my section, and it's automatically stuck correctly to the right height. Look at that. Recessed into the ceiling and working. And this other one is just hanging down crooked. We're going to delete that. So basically what I want to reiterate to you guys is sometimes you can download really good files off the internet, and they're fantastic. They're Revit geometry, and you can use them straight out of the box, straight off the websites. But sometimes the companies give you junk. Always open files and look at them before you start using them. Make a decision whether you need to rebuild them or you're going to go ahead and use them. But like I had to jump through some major hoops just to use that file. What I've learned is that you should make a new file, or tell the old one to be plane based or work plane based, and then load it in, and then you can rotate it how you need, get it on the correct surface, and then you can actually start using it. It's not going to be the same for every single family. It's not. But back to the old best practice, if you open a family up and it looks like what you just saw, don't waste your time doing the steps I did to get it to work. Just rebuild the exact same family with real Revit geometry, and you will save yourself so much time and hassle. All right. Well, I hope this Revit tip helped somebody out there. When you're downloading things, how the process goes for you to check them, and then maybe make a decision from going from there. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And until we meet again, happy Reviting. All right. Bye-bye.